solid maps that Apex have got at the moment. So it kind of makes sense. Again, we talked about it yesterday. The best of ones can be very tough. Of course, Loot Bet, shout out to our primary betting partner there. The odds, you can click the banner down below. Get yourself 10 free spins, €100 bonus on your deposit as well. Thanks as ever to the Loot Bet guys for their support. Either way, we're into the pistol here. With AVEZ starting off on that arguably stronger CT side. Ooh, getting aggressive nice and early as well. Looking good. Gonna find some early openers. Oh, I love this in from long. They're not expecting it at all. Kai gonna find 2 shots in the side of the head. Easy as you like. Too many bodies right now for the T's to deal with. This is a perfect approach from AVEZ in their CT pistol. It's all gonna be on to truth. That's a bit of a ridiculous flick, but he's gonna have to land 3 more headshots rather to get all 4, and it's not gonna happen for him. AVEZ will clean up in the end. Brilliant pistol from them.
Really cool. I feel like whenever you watch AVEZ, Scriv, I don't remember the last time they've lost a pistol, especially on the CT side. Like these guys just don't lose pistols. I swear. I can't recall the moment they've lost a CT pistol. These guys are just dialed in all the time. Not only do they win knife, but they win that CT pistol. Gets them off in the right foot. They are MP9 fanboys. That's fair. The one stipulation with MP9s, well, you gotta make money with it while you have it. That is the rules, Scriv. Make Skrilla with it while it's in your hands. Narot, very common jump spot with a nade in hand. Oh, that's a little early, but look at that. All the damage in, and Narot's just gonna spray them down. So simple. Kai wants a couple kills, so he lets Narot die before he peeks. That's fair. And Narot gets his 3. Kai gets his 2. Narot can upgrade now. Honestly, may drop an op. No capping, Scriv. There it is. See? Knew it.
Fair enough. Can respect that. I mean, they are going to be picking up the AKs, as you can see. Kind of a throwaway round, but like you say, you got those MP9s in play. They got to be making money. And that's exactly what happens, and it pays dividends. I don't think... I mean, they might expect it, but I don't think they're going to be massively expecting the AWP here. We'll see. Time will tell. I guess not. Truth going to get taken down early on as Marcos goes for an aggressive peek in at Monster. Nice early opener for AVEZ to deal with. Going to be pretty damn happy with that. So, 5-on-4, just like that. And AVEZ, a brilliant start to their first rifle round.
Yeah, the cool thing about that, too, is there's no way you'd expect the op to peek into water, right? So, like, peek in a monster like that. If they have an op, you're like, they're going to be playing safe. It's going to be baiting the SMGs, probably Heaven, or he's going to be playing back bank. No, he just goes full aggro. And now you know of, obviously, the ops in play, but you don't know, is he sticking around that B site? Is he rotating back up to A? APEKS have no information. Not only do they have no information, they have no map control. AVEZ have given them no sound cues, nothing to really move on. They haven't baited out any utility from AVEZ recently. So now it's on APEKS to make all the noise. They too running low on some utility. Marcos. Nice flick into the 1. Is he going to double in just off the mark? The MP9 to Kyler, though. Good for it. As he picks up the op. Very low on HP. Will scope up on Dennis and just makes it look so easy. Cross alone, Scriv and Bialy. Quick work.
Pretty explosive start here from the Polish boys. See whether it continues. It is looking pretty good early on, and lack of a bomb plant and whatnot. Not ideal for APEKS. So somewhat of a rough start, and when we've talked about, you know, you are the underdogs and not the most comfortable map for you. Do want to get off to a strong start just to feel a little good about yourself and be like, well, maybe we aren't the underdogs. We'll see. Though speed coming in with this round. The flying Tech 9 not going to work out. There you go. Eventually dropped his Kylar, but he's gotten 2 for his trouble and was somewhat caught off in the open. So not a bad result. Should be able to hold things down here. The rest of the squad at the bathrooms. Marcos playing the anti-flash as the FAMAS will stand strong. Might not even be needed. Dennis has got an M4 and he does have armor, so be slightly wary of this. They've got the bomb at their feet. It's obviously a 1... Oh, okay, V3. I guess Marcos wasn't playing anti-flash. He timed out. So that's a bit awkward and kind of a nice freebie for APEKS. The AWP going to be dropped and another kill coming in for Dennis. Actually makes this round costly. painfully costly and almost unfairly costly with having that AWPer drop out. But he should be back in pretty quickly. Kind of a shame there for AVEZ. They lose money needlessly, but at the very least they get the 4th on the board.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, isn't it? The crazy thing is, it's not like it was a big issue. He just typed in reconnect and he's back, so... Or retry, I should say. They did get the 1 AK and carry the op over, so hey, they still got it. It's in Marcos's hands, and the CTs could have a bit more money, but you're right, Scriv. Getting a little rough. APEKS, loss bonus in full swing. It'll mean another full buy. And APEKS kind of just getting picked apart right now by AVEZ, Scriv. AVEZ looking really good, have to say. Marcos all over the place with the op being very unpredictable. Bialy's shots on point. Honestly, everyone is winning their duels they need to at this point, and that goes a long way in and of itself. So, impressive stuff for me, Scriv.
Hopefully back into the action quickly. Looks like everyone is prepped and ready to go. Always a shame, these early pauses, right? Particularly when you have this momentum. He's going to slow you down, gives time across to APEKS to have a bit of a chit-chat. Cool down. Be sure of themselves coming into this round, which is paramount to their success. We'll see here, though. We are still in the pause. I'd hoped with bit of jargon, bit of chit chat from myself, I guess we'd be back into it, but it certainly does seem like we're still hitting some issues here. I think Marcos, unfortunately for him, having to make sure that everything's okay, so might be a few more moments. Kind of reasonable though, kind of reasonable. You do want to make sure that you're good and ready to go.
I suppose especially if your team's weird. Owning, right?
Well, yeah, exactly right. You don't want to give them... They've already had like a small advantage in the fact that you drop out, it costs you a big chunk of cash. So, makes sense, but also from a spectator standpoint, you know, we're just left to twiddle our thumbs and speculate. Could talk about the buy though. Suppose APEKS, it looks like they're going to buy here. I don't know, what do we need to see from them? I think we've seen quite a bit of pace in these early rounds, and it's just not worked. So perhaps baiting out some utility early on rather than trying to go for these wide swings. You know, I think that's what made the difference in that first rifle round, was the fact that Marcos surprise AWP, you could say, but still, he was able to pick up that first frag instantly, pretty much, right? So maybe don't give that across. Just play it nice and chill to begin with.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a default. I think they need to get their op online and kind of just slow things down. They seem to be getting rotated really hard. They're giving a bunch of 1v1s up, not playing very tradable at times. So I think just a safe, sound, simple default would get the job done. Bait out that utility right. Don't expose yourself to the op. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But in their default, they need good utility usage to phase back the op, right? And then they can go from there. Right now, AVEZ are playing that layered tier system of overpass that we've seen, right? Marcos has been that opper that's kind of everywhere, which is very terrifying to play against. Like, no one wants to play an opper that can be everywhere. It's just terrifying. So you just got to work around the map, figure out where to bait utility, avoid Marcos, hold off that CT aggression, which you know is coming from AVEZ because they're getting comfortable now, which means they're going to be a bit more aggressive. I don't see AVEZ playing very reserved for much longer, because as soon as APEKS switch into default mode, AVEZ are going to have to go back to that tiered system because they're not going to be playing into you anymore. So that is what I got.
I mean, fair. Truth. Guy. You gonna buy? Is that who we're waiting for at the moment? Marcos doesn't have armor. I hope he notices that before we get back into the action. It does seem like he was cool though, because he got the AWP dropped and then he's bought his utility. Judging by the ticks, yeah, okay, cool. We're back into it. Bit of a pause there, folks. Pleasure to chat things through, but of course, thank you for bearing with us, I suppose. We do our best. We do our best, do Keith and I, you know, to keep the action going. But when it's so early on, it can be very difficult. Maybe you can talk about the broader series. Maybe, you know, and it's a best of one, so, like, we can't. I guess if you're unfamiliar with the system, to quickly highlight, winner of this moves on to play one more best of 3 and a chance of getting straight through to playoffs. The loser has to go through the run back and win 2 best of 3s to stay in the tournament. So kind of important here. It removes an entire best of 3, which is really cool. And with Kai opening up, it is looking more and more likely that AVEZ will be moving forwards. It's early days, but APEKS really struggling here. One of the things we briefly touched on was not losing the early man, and they do that again. This time to a different scenario. It's Kai pushing forwards, finding the early frag at short, and then they're able to drop back for free. I guess he was a lurking presence for APEKS, but he doesn't really do that effectively. And now they have to approach A with a deficit.
Yeah, don't forget though, Scriv. If you win this, yes, you get 1 best of 3 that you can win and move on. You lose that, you still have to play another best of 3. So you're not out of the woods completely, but it does set you up for that 1 best of 3. So that's pretty cool. That is very true. And look at the utility from AVEZ. Just absolutely cutting them down. Gruss is low. Dennis is one-shotable with an M4. They're going to have to really pack a punch this utility with this execute, because Bialy's nade has found Gus. There's mollies tossed everywhere. Marcos is playing around this smoke. APEKS taking a tick from the molly. Dennis is able to find a way in, but Bialy's already here. APEKS has snuck up, but Bialy will spin on him. Marcelli is not expecting Kai to already be up. And that is just AVEZ again, out-rotating, being 1 step ahead of APEKS.
Yeah, I think 1 step ahead kind of sums it up, right? Just given a little more free. Because the thing is, it's like they push into short, they get the frag. They see there's no one else around. There's no one even in connector trying to trade them. So that screams that it's going to be the top side, the A side of things. So yeah, really, really, really tough for them to have any idea and any semblance of control in rounds. Everything in the hands of AVEZ right now, looking really, really good in that sense. And APEKS probably not going to happen for them in this round. Immediately kind of seeing some separations. Hero AK. Is that going to be effective? Don't rightly know. They have limited utility and Dennis has limited help. Trying to swing out. Narot in with 2. Nice and easy. Marcellius going to fall as well. It is all falling apart for APEKS. I mean, it's to be expected, but this AK is just not really done anything for them. And Dennis is going to be financially a little screwed going into future rounds. I mean, is he even going to find a kill here? Nah, not going to happen. Wow, flawless stuff from AVEZ, just continually 6 rounds in a row, but looking incredibly dominant. It is early, don't get me wrong, but these are scary rounds to be on the other side of, the other end of. To be honest, they're really playing well.
Pressure's on. We finally have the op. You have again utility in AKs. Kind of gotta make it work. Bit more of a spread approach this time around, but Marcos again being that unpredictable opper without defaulting early. Gives Marcos his chance. Still blind, hits the shot. Traded out by Dennis beautifully. Now that's put so much onto Kyler's shoulders. How will he bear this? He's gonna go forward. He's gonna get great time here on Dennis unless he scope walks, peeks, and he does. Dennis thinks of everything. He'll cover the bases. Bialy, yes, quick to rotate, but APEKS don't have to commit to this, Scriv. Now this is the true test, right? You're up a man. You know AVEZ have cleared the B site. You can go back to connector if you want, but you gotta be decisive and you have to do it together. To me, they're just taking a bit too long.
Okay. 42, I mean, looking slightly better. Kai getting tagged up as well, and with the bomb going down and no real control, yeah, they're just going to move to save. So, Apex, they finally do it, Keith. Takes them their sweet time. Love that, the bait of the drop. Trying to find an exit or two, because, I mean, any damage that they can do here, particularly if they can take the AWP away. Pretty solid for AVEZ. Not looking too likely, though. Apex playing it super, super safe. See here, though. They're looking to actively take fights. Now Rot is maybe in with a chance to get the defuse here if he wins this fight. Oh, my goodness. That was incredibly important. He might have just been able to steal that one away. Fact of the matter it is, Apex are going to find themselves that first round. They do lose a couple players in the process, but no defuse shenanigans coming in, Keith. Okay, it's all good. It's all cool and calm. Good in the hood for Apex.
As cool as hell case. Malta V 15, 15% refill bonus. They are definitely the best case opening sites. Hundreds of cases, giveaways, all that good stuff. Use the codes and look below in the banner for some other cool banging stuff. Thank you to Hellcase for being awesome partners. And here we go. Apex get around the board strip. They get that breadstick. And they're looking to multiply it. They're looking to get to 2. Definitely within reach. Could be in some trouble. But everything's fine. Truth. No utility. Looking to get a little aggressive with this AK. His value really is the only... really is just the AK armor. So he's going to be the making space guy. And for now, they have AVEZ very passive. No CT aggression whatsoever. They have 1 smoke remaining. I don't know what AVEZ have been doing this round. I'm actually a little curious as to where these nades have all gone. What information has procced this utility usage. Maybe Apex have finally broken them. Not economic speaking, but just mentally, because this is very passive from them.
Yeah, maybe. Or perhaps this is their, plan B, their failsafe. Ooh. Okay, Viali. You might have spotted the tip of the head. Great Molotovs coming in here towards the end. Really well done from them to hold those off. Oh, that's so awkward, though. Kai looks away at the wrong time, and he's kind of screwed his teammate in the process. Viali also going to fall. Utility usage was sound from AVEZ there, but the timing, the crosshair placement and all that was not. So another save situation here for the CTs, and Apex stringing a couple together. See whether it continues. Not ideal here, Keith. They ain't got no cash money. I'll be buying. So, not good for AVEZ if they end up losing this one. I think they managed to spread the wealth and just about get the weapons out. The double up setup as well is kind of interesting to me. I am a fan when you start losing some rounds. But yeah, certainly on thin ice here, the CT side. Apex will be looking to pick another one up. We'll see how it goes for them. Oh, Kylar just creeping in around these smokes. This could be massive. Kez is somewhat ready. Or is he? Okay, Truth going to take down Narok. Meanwhile, with the aggression coming in, does get traded. Kylar standing strong for 2. That's massive in connector. Meanwhile, the double up setup has ripped apart the A approach. Marcelius will be the only one left.
Just like that. Yeah, the ops come out from AVEZ. That's the game changer Apex cannot handle. Oh, he's
oh no.
Yep. Insult to injury. Guys, second kill. First was the ops, second was with a knife. Sweet justice, some would call it. Ugh, 7-2. The T's at least still have that loss bonus. They're clinging to it. They'd rather not have it and have that win bonus. But even staying around $600 with loss bonus would still give you another buy. At least one you can manage. But they're not out of this quite yet, Scriv. We're on round 10, right? If they get to 4 or 5, they're still okay. AVEZ have done a nice job, though, of switching things up, being very unpredictable. The double op is one way to do that. And one round they'll go immediately passive. The next they'll go, like, interestingly aggressive, right? So Kyler in this pivot position of sandwich, no support, just leaves Narot posted on long. So it's like, it's an interesting kind of 1-2 setup. Kyler, what a flash from Narot. Kyler can just back up now. He's gotten his one. Narot supporting the fallback. And that is just so well done by AVEZ. Just little plays like that make all the difference.
Really looking good in that sense. And it does seem to have come into fruition the past couple rounds as well, when they've been under threat. See here, 5-on-4. APEKS, the clock winding down. Got to make a move. Dennis with the swing out onto Marcos. That's pretty massive. Meanwhile, in the bathroom's entrance, Naurot holds it down. So they open one door, but another shuts. Oh, timing for Truth there going to be so important as well. He is the man behind enemy lines, able to drop another. Are they ready for Kylar? However, this is such a spooky angle from him. He's able to get one. Great flash comes through. I think actually from his teammate there, so maybe not so great. Regardless, 2v1, bomb down, 10 seconds. Truth has got his work cut out, and he can't find the first. AVEZ, a bit of a blip on the radar, but APEKS ultimately still down in the dumps, 6 rounds behind. Their previous lead comes back, and AVEZ still continuing the domination. 2 rounds certainly not going to be enough, and APEKS need to get that foot back in the door soon. This first half is starting to spiral out of control.
Yeah, they're in some trouble. They're going to go with a half buy instead of continuing this full buy cycle. They're going to need a miracle here. Narot spraying them down to the USP, dodging the flash. Gets even one more for his troubles. He has effectively shut this round down all by his lonesome. And it's kind of come in. Be the cleanup man. He'll get the last 2. And just like that, 9 for AVEZ. APEKS halted. Considering what to buy now, Scriv. But no op, that's for sure in Marcelius. Honestly, part of me would not hate a set piece right now or to spawn. Like a connector split into water, like a monster pop, a long explode. Like their default's just been getting picked apart. They haven't had much luck in those opening duels. There's Marcos again with such a great opening pick. No way they're gonna trade that back. He sticks around for more. They'll have to put out the molly, but Marcos has gotten his 2, and that's just the start of the round, Scrib. Like now, how do APEKS come back?
Yeah, it's rough, man. It is very rough. I mean, they're trying. We do have one back in from Gruss, and Marcelius is speedily onto the A-bomb site, which is deceptively available, right? He doesn't quite believe it. Another kill coming in for Truth, though. So if even things back up, quick rotation in from Bialy. And of course, Marcos out at long. I think they're going to be aware of this fact, though, surely. His presence shown early on in the round with those 2 frags. But we'll see. Retake in full flow. Flashes coming through from Marcelios. Bit of an off angle here to hold down connector. Looks away at the wrong time. And Kai able to drop him. That's so unfortunate. Truth gets the drop on Kai. Surely will do indeed. But time ticking. Gruss needs his help. But at the same time, someone needs to get on this bomb. Bialy's got a kit. Nice smoke onto it. Markov's going to go for the tap and might even try and hold it. Now Bialy says, yo, bro, get off. He goes down. It's so awkward. It's so messy. Marcos doesn't have a kit. What can he do? There's no time. And just at the very last second, Gruss is able to drop Marcos there for the kill bonus. I think he would have died to the bomb anyway. But regardless, APEKS actually pulled that back from a 3v5.
That's crazy. That's AVEZ just giving a bit too much space after those kills. Should have cheated someone up a bit quicker. Instead, the rifle sticks around a bit too long. You can't blame Marcos for wanting to stay towards long, however. They're going back to the aggression, though. Bialy towards Fountain, Marcos to cover. Flash is great, Marcos still connects. He is just an absolute monster. Bialy's pushed up now. He'll hold one. This off angle from Kyler is just so nasty because it's a left angle peek for APEKS, which means his jiggle doesn't really see much and he gets spotted before Kyler gets spotted. It's just such a brutal angle. And Truth's down to 49. Gruss is full. Like, there's no way they could bring back a 3v5, sure. But now how are you going to bring back a 2v5 with the CT still aggressive? I just don't think you are. Yeah, Bialy wants his bread. He'll get his 3. AVEZ jump up to 10. APEKS are broke. That's tough.
Yeah. Mad. Absolute madness right now for APEKS. They just can't catch a break. We saw this yesterday as well. Kind of a wild one. Like last week, we were cursed with all these really close games, really tight and stuff like that. But this week seems to be some somewhat unevenly matched or unprepared teams. I have to say. The best of ones can be harsh. They really are a test of your map pool for sure. And certain matchups are just solid. But I mean, Marcos hitting nut shots like this. What can you do? Doesn't matter what map you're on. He's insane. Just not missing right now. And APEKS, just like that, another situation where they find themselves down and out. Kind of to be expected, but regardless, Marcos not missing. They're giving him all these frags. Trigger discipline even. Oh, hey, no scope on the edge of the smoke. Is he going to get the ace? Is he going to get the ace? I mean, Marquez is probably out of here. And now Rot will take it away from him. But still, a 4K pretty much on his own. Marcos looking spicy. And an 11th round for AVEZ secured as well.
I mean, Marcos is just dialed in. Like, he has called the hotline and he has gotten everything he needs. He is just so in the zone. APEKS desperately wanting this fourth. As Marcelius creeps, his head just clean off his shoulders. Kai's gonna smoke monster. APEKS are trying to set up and execute while getting spammed in a tunnel. Down to 5. They can't catch a break, Scriv. They can't catch a break. Kai, I think they saw his leg, saw his thigh, showed an ankle. Bialy will fall. Kai somehow still alive towards short. Don't think they're gonna clear him. Now they know. Oopsies, Kai. Oh, but he corrects. And he's gonna cut them all down. 3 from Kai. Dennis alone. Kai wants the ace. Dennis doesn't want to give it to him. But you know Kai's gonna try and hunt. Yeah, Marcos will take it, but what a brutal half.
Yeah, it's a bit rough to watch. It is a bit rough to watch. I mean, the scoreline tells all, really. Few chances in there. Some nice comeback situations from APEKS. You have to bear in mind, though, one of those rounds was quite early on. And they actually strung 2 together. But they just weren't really able to replicate that and keep coming back into it. And yeah, well, I mean, reasonable odds. From Lootbet, of course, our primary betting partner. But nonetheless, moving into the second half, Pistol. AVEZ looking to close things out here pretty quickly. Move into that best of 3 and get the easy peasy 2 victories. Get through to the playoffs. Thank you very much. See you on the weekend. But not quite going to be the case. Just to be fair, some people might not know, some people might not realize, maybe regular viewers and whatnot. Slight structure change this week. Everything's basically been pushed back a day. So finals, instead of occurring on Sunday, will be occurring on Monday. And we do have 1 more group day to get through tomorrow, I think. Maybe 2 more. No, just one more tomorrow, I think, and then, yeah, quarterfinals on Sunday. Regardless, B hit coming in, sorry, from APEKS here. Not going too well for the CT side. They're going to drop a couple players early on. They can't, even with the boost up, can't get a solid defense going. They tried to play more around connectors. A lot of CT teams have, and it just doesn't really work. Coming in from Monster, all stacked on top of each other. Glock's closing the gap, looking kind of good here. Dennis, of course, doing what he does on those USPs. Hitting heads, not missing. Gets his knife at the wrong time, though. What's happened there? And Marcos now in the 1v1. Trying to just about get away. Oh, and the fadeaway one tap to find the 13th. AVEZ will get it in just about. Despite the heroics of Dennis, still got it on those pistols, but it's not enough.
Amazing. Marcos, AKs already up to 16 frags. If you're wondering why Gruss is running to CT here, he wants the kit. He gets it in a timely fashion, but Marcos just straight styling on him. Made that look real easy. And forced buy from the APEKS boys. Pretty much, I wouldn't say the game was on the line, but you lose this, you might not even get a full buy, essentially. So I wish we saw Dennis's kill. Through a smoke, through a wall, headshot. Kind of absurd. Did he just wallbang someone, like, through short? Like, that's... those bodies are in connector. Okay, so he shot them in through a smoke, through a connector door in the head. That's cool. Thanks, Dennis.
Bit mad. Might give him a chance back in. Kai missing an awful lot of shots here. Not landing any at all. I suppose getting information in. The bomb moving here, though. They're on quick rotations. This is somewhat risky, I feel. Okay, but it's the old double fake. Mind gaming. Is he a lurking presence? Dunno, guys. Maybe we should split up, look for clues, and, well, just like in the movies, it's not a well thought out decision. We'll see. Gruss with a nice little off angle here. Oh, gonna get two. Easy stuff. Maybe even the third. Looking likely here as he just keeps peeking up and down. Not quite like that. Bialy does manage to take down a couple with his Glock. Somewhat mental. Has to go for the ace, and Dennis up close and personal catches him completely off guard. Will be the fourth in for APEKS. And some heroics coming in there. We don't see the crazy shot from Dennis. We get a couple crazy ones from Gruss. We get some Glock action. That was a mad round. But regardless, APEKS kind of giving themselves a lifeline here.
Yeah, definitely kind of tossed them a bit of a raft. Could definitely turn that into a couple rounds now. You've kept AVEZ off of that 14, which is pretty good. Awkward timing for the pause, but hey. AVEZ are not going to buy, I'd imagine, but then again... Nah, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. I think Kai bought a pistol, though. Unless the money on the HUD is tricking me.
I mean... Yeah? Wait, what pistol is $600?
That's a Glock. That's a cool looking Glock, though. Is that Olaf on that Glock? You ever seen that Glock? We get
yeah, I think that's pretty new, actually. I think it is. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that is.
And
that's
it's
super
from
cool.
Overpass.
That's
so
really cool.
That fits massively.
Yeah. What a legendary moment. That's pretty cool. They made a Glock skin of it.
That's one of the legendary moments, like, some people might not. Is that from... That's from, like, the anniversary case, isn't it? I think.
Maybe.
There was a few of the, like, big plays. But that's one of the ones that some people, like, might not even...
Oh, it's so old.
2014? I think it's even before I started watching, like...
Was it after
properly.
the Olaf boost? It was, I think, right?
I think. So it might have been, like, 15 then.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, Cloud 9 or something, I seem to remember. In the summer of
Ooh.
Cloud 9. Yo, take me back. That's when I started watching, when they were.
When Sean and Freak. And
Yeah,
all them.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Basically,
Okay.
when Shroud, you know, started popping off
Yep.
offline.
Nothing
just
had
online.
some moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a roster that was.
Yeah, those the heroes of NA, man. It was a cool storyline. And then, you know, Cloud9 2018, also the heroes of NA.
Yep. And then downhill since.
I mean,
But NA finally has good teams, so you
I
know what, I'm
wasn't gonna
happy.
go there.
We do have like 4 or 5 good teams, so we'll take what we can get, Scrove. AVEZ do buy because Kai was on $1,400, so he's a double saver. So they buy. One man down, the rest will come in around it. So pistols, a bot up, a plenty. Marcellus with his scout looking to be a pain, a nuisance. And he's going back for more. That might be a dangerous game. Hanover Peak, yeah, he is lost in the sauce. And he will get punished for that one.
Oof. Big doink to the head. All right. Here we go, Truth. Here we go.
I hate this. I hate everything about this.
Surely this doesn't work.
It will now. Never mind. Dennis is in a one and done too. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, I feel like just sit in the corner and have Dennis hold from long and, you know, bait them in. But this is weird. This is like, they're not going to check me.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's literally a one and done.
yeah.
Like, cool. You
That
know?
was very, very televised and very obvious. I'm not sure what APEKS were up to. Like, letting Marcellus go and take that peek with the scout, fine. And then you just both play one and done spots, right? Like, peeking long, if you can get one and get out, that'd be really cool. But the odds of that are very slim. Like, you knew they were just there. And Dennis's spot is completely a one and done. So, mixed feelings for this. APEKS now just have to save, and that's how you give up 14. That is just brutal. That is brutal with the capital B.
Yeah. Summary of the game, kind of. They look a little uncomfortable and just not clean and prepared for it. And I will go back to it. It is the harsh nature of these best of ones, right? And they may well put it down to that, but it's also a lesson in adaptability and whatnot. You can look at the raw statistics. APEKS, like we've said, taking a little bit of time off and whatnot, or focusing on advanced. I would hope they made it into the playoffs of, but at the very least, there might be some other teams in there that, you know, give them a challenge to actually get into the MDL. But regardless, it's been a bit of time. I think they've had a bit of time to work on themselves and whatnot, or at least they should have done. And they don't really have that many comfortable maps, and as we're seeing here, Overpass is just not one of them. I think that's why AVEZ have been doing quite well recently, is not only do they have those 2 or 3 maps they're pretty prominent on, they only have like 1, maybe 2 maps that they just don't perform well on. And then those 2 maps in Limbo, they're relatively okay with. So it's not like they have to get the select maps, otherwise they're in an uphill battle, as we're seeing here. And I think APEKS, it's kind of the other side of the coin. If they don't get the 2 or 3 maps that they're confident on, well, probably not going to go so hot. I think that's definitely something that you've got to work on. You either get really, really, really good and kind of unbeatable, you know, like 70% win rates on the maps that you do play, or you have to be, you could even argue like 40 to 50% across the board on all 7, maybe 6. You know, you have that 1 permaban. But I just don't think APEKS, their map pool is deep enough for a best of 1, to be honest. They have to be up against a team that has a similar pool to them. And at the moment, it's just not the case, as we are seeing. But Marcellus going to win the Deagle fight early.
You know what, though,
Certainly makes a difference.
APEKS are playing better than the Hellraisers rebrand. So there's
Yeah,
that.
yo, I've just seen that as well. On taking a quick, we had like a pause or whatever, took a quick look on Twitter.
Yeah.
As you do, right? Addicted to social media,
do.
whoopsie daisy. As the government would have us believe. But yeah, hell brows.
Hell brows. This round's so weird. 7 seconds. He's got to stick the plant. That was weird. That made my brows raise. Interesting. Anyway, I think they should change the name from Hellraisers to like Eyebrow Raisers or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't know why it's such. Why do you need to rebrand? Listen, this might be a bit harsh, but like, build your team first, my guys. You know.
Straight facts.
Yeah, there's no
Straight
need to rebrand.
facts. Bring Angel back and start there. That's your starting point. AVEZ, they buy again, Scrib. Back on these pistols. They're giving chase. Markos going for an AK. Deagle's around the board, and if they get the first again, Dennis, it's pistols, and he's playing a one and done. Like my head, I have a migraine. Okay, that's nice though.
Ooh, okay. Able to kind of pick things back up here. Marcellia saving the day, it appears. I left in this 1v4, so not looking too likely here, Keith. I suppose damage would be cool, though. Their economy is starting to get into a pretty strong position, but it's just delaying the inevitable at this point. I think we can all recognize, and maybe, you know, APEKS somewhat believe in themselves still. Not completely. It's not over. It's not said and done. Particularly if Kai's hitting shots like that. He's still got a fair amount of time to work with. Obviously, he has to retrieve the bomb, though, which is the tough part. And the remaining 3 CTs have just massively grouped up, particularly after that one frag coming in. They're like, okay, yeah, this guy, he frags. He's not too bad at the game. Got 21 so far, most on the server, I believe. So maybe we shouldn't give him the free 1v1s.
Might still get it.
Doesn't really have enough time, does he?
Yeah, that's true. He just has to literally kill everyone. I think he kind of wants to die, though. You have light armor and you've already taken damage, so you're not going to get the free upgrade. Yeah, he just wants to die. Big brain. Because now he could just get a pistol, right? Because if he lives there, doesn't get money, and then he feels pressure to invest the rest of his... It's brutal, so... Not a bad move, not a bad move. And here we go. That should be a freebie for APEKS. There's a long road ahead, Scriv. Fluttered with pauses. But a long road nonetheless. Guess what's coming in the mail today, Scriv?
Oh. Golf clubs.
A singular golf club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I found a good deal on one. It's a 2-3 iron, utility iron, and
Okay.
it's nice. I might have overpaid a little bit, but I paid 170 Canadian. It's probably worth 230, so I feel like I got a good deal.
Yeah, I mean,
can't wait to give it a schmack. I mean, this round is pretty much over, so we can keep talking about my golf club. That should be that. Very excited. It's a nice looking club. I can't believe Bialy got 2 kills with a Glock.
Yeah, man.
That's kind of makes me want to vomit. Bialy and Glocks, though.
yeah, I don't know what's been happening there.
It's been a thing all game for him. It's kind of wild.
And he's fragging okay, you know, 18 frags. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So definitely be happy with that. See how it goes here, I guess. It's another buy round coming in from AVEZ, of course. Lack of utility in places, but certainly workable. No AWP, which could be a problem with Marcellius getting aggressive, right? They don't have a solid answer back. Great flashes over the top. Truth does find one. Marcellius covering him, but Marcos, in the mind of the AWPer, knows how they play and, of course, reads that situation perfectly. Meanwhile, from Connector, the flank is successful. So, man advantage for AVEZ, looking for this 15th. And with 1:15 left thereabouts on the clock, they should be able to get it done relatively easily. Particularly, one of those APEKS players is still over on the B-bomb site, and now Dennis is in between a rock and a hard place. Can't really go anywhere. He needs APEKS to help him out. Great flash coming in. Wide swing as well is massively successful. Wow, this is a solid hold coming in. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it. 1 versus 2 for now. Right now, the tables have turned, and Dennis, an incredible 3K coming in from the bathrooms. That is absolutely astounding, the fact that he doesn't go down there. Nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy. He just hits the simple shots. Really well done by the two of them at short.
Man, AVEZ, they're in a money situation now, aren't they? There's a couple sets of armor and pistols. This is going to be APEKS jumping up to 9. AVEZ letting this one slip. Told you if APEKS got to 4-ish, they'd be okay, and here they are. 8 rounds to 14. Haven't been able to build that CT bank because, let's be honest, they've taken some foolish deaths from Glocks and pistols along the way. Marcelius, be careful. Just missing the shot, and he'll just back on up, but... yeah, APEKS could have had quite a big bank built up, Scriv, if they're a bit more cautious on these eco rounds. Sadly, not the case, as the bomb will peek by his lonesome. Gonna try to take the A side, which is pistols, and they both found a 1-deeg. Uh-oh. They have armor, too, and they can get to these guns.
Uh-oh, indeed. These do seem to be the rounds that APEKS are struggling against as well, I have to be honest. Oh, and the gun's recovered now, dishing out the damage. Marcelius left on 30. Another headshot coming in for Kylar, looking real good on the dig. He does go a bit wide and ends up falling. And yeah, now they're like, okay, whoa, let's relax. Just play the bomb. This is a winnable round. No need to get wide. No need to get cheeky. However, Marcos baited out. The trade's coming in, and Bialy to find the final frag. 15th is secured eventually. That is the issue, of course, with being on the run back, with not having many rounds to work with. As soon as you slip up, make that one mistake, miss that one shot, it can cost you a round. And well, the game may well come alongside that previous round for AVEZ. If you look at the buy here, not perfect. Yeah, this is what they've got to hold off against. 7 in a row required to take us to overtime, and it begins with this. Going to be difficult. Going to be very difficult indeed.
All right. Posted and ready. This is a brutal buy from APEKS. Keep him in the game, but it's all they got, right? As I mentioned, that CT money has been just slaughtered on the rounds that they've lost players to Glocks and other pistols along the way, so they're going to give this one a fair chance. Aggressive stack towards B. How long till AVEZ figure it out? AKEZ stuck in the open, swung from the close player. The MP9 of Truth unable to get the response. He'll jump across, baiting for Gross beautifully, but he cannot find Kai. That's heartbreaking, Scriv. Honestly, getting it into a 3v3 would have been really good, especially with Dennis's off, but now, question marks aflow in my head.
Ooh, contact orb. Gonna take down Bialy on the other side of the map. Do they want to continue up here? It looks like it. CT side is still very unsure, right? Are they around B? Have they just simply moved to short? What is the deal? Not trading of the AWPs is a bit awkward. Kai gonna lead the way though. Of course, 3 HP for him. He's looking to find that early opener. Dennis creeping around, gets taken down. Yeah, I mean, maybe had to be proactive there. There's an argument for both staying safe and taking a cheeky peek. It goes awry though, and that might just seal the deal. Smoked out. Both coming together. No, flanking pressure or anything here from APEKS. Going to have to move into bank. They don't have kits available. Not looking good. Great little crossfire setup here. They peek into Kai, and then they will peek straight out into Marcos in future. It's not required, though. Kai will find the final 2 frags, 16-8. A very decisive first half coming in for AVEZ.